What is good, everybody? It's your host, Cam Farmer. Welcome back to another episode of Respectfully. I hope everybody had a blessed weekend with their loved ones, with their friends, and their family. I want to talk about the All Star Weekend, NBA All Star Weekend. I want to give my reaction. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna just come out and and just flat out say it. It was a disgrace to me. The All Star, the NBA All Star game was a human disgrace. If I want to be technical, I really want to say the NBA slam dunk contest. Jalen Brown, I'm gonna be real. I know, I know you wanted to create a narrative where it's okay for legitimate NBA players to come in and perform in the dunk contest, but bro, that don't mean you had to. I'm sorry, Jalen Brown. You are not that great of a dunker like you think you are. A lot of the dunks that you did were dunks we've seen before. And then there was one particular dunk where I think was it over, it may have been over Kai Sanat, and you did the dab. I'm not going to hold you. I haven't seen somebody do a dab in like 5 years. Hey, well, Cam, I'm just bringing it back. I haven't seen somebody dab since I was a freshman in college, bro. Shoot. The last person I probably saw dab was when Roy Williams, who was the former head coach for the University of North Carolina men's basketball team, when he was in the locker room and he would do the dab sometimes. I mean, I don't know. That's just me. NBA All Star Game is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. But before I get into that, shout out Mac McClung. NBA, all 30 teams, please give that man a contract. The man, I mean, was this year's slam was his slam dunk win better than last year's? No, it was not. But the fact that he was able to repeat over legitimate NBA players, bro, that's just something you don't come by. You don't see that from G leaguers, and he's been around the block a lot. And I really pray that he gets the opportunity that he deserves. But the NBA All Star Game is the worst time of the year in the NBA. The most wonderful time of the year in the NBA is April through June. Playoffs. The worst time of the year, I'm not even going to sit here and say it's All Star weekend. It's really the All Star game. Nobody's playing for real. Are they playing for real? Do they play for real? Should they play for real? Yes. Yes, they should. Because you have a lot of people who pay so you it's bad enough that NBA players, people pay good money to see NBA their favorite NBA players: LeBron, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, um, Anthony Edwards, Trey Young. These people pay a lot of good money to see their players play, and it's already bad enough that some of these players may not be available to play that particular game for which the consumer bought the ticket. But when you have a once, not even a once in a lifetime, but when you have an opportunity that not a lot of people get, where you get to go to an arena on one weekend out of the year and you see the best players in the league on one team at the same time, and now y'all are, excuse my language, mom, y'all are half-assing. Damian Lillard got All-Star Game MVP, and rightfully so. But Carl Anthony Towns dropped a 50 piece. something he probably will never do for the rest of the season. He could have gotten All-Star Game MVP, but you give the MVP to the person who's on the winning team. It's genuinely, it's genuinely no different than an actual MVP award. The only difference is with the actual MVP, the NBA MVP, they change the criteria every single year. One year, it's the best team, it's the best player on the best team with the best record. The other year, it's the most electric team. I'm sorry, the most electric player. Stephen Curry, 2015, his first MVP award, NBA MVP. He wasn't on the number one team. He wasn't on the number one team, but he was the most electric player. Kevin Durant in 2014, his only NBA MVP. He wasn't on the best team. He wasn't on the number one team. The number one team in 2014 was the San Antonio Spurs. But guess what? He was the most electric player. But now you fast forward to 2019. Giannis. Giannis was on the number one team with the number one record. And he was the best player in the league. I say all that to say this. I don't take the All-Star game serious. If the player's not going to take it serious, I'm not going to take it serious. Why would you take an All-Star game serious if the person who dropped the most points doesn't win MVP? But obviously, the person who dropped the most points wasn't on the winning team. And quite honestly, if you really want to be 100, I personally think you should have given the MVP, and no disrespect, but you should have given the MVP to Tyrese Halliburton. Because, I mean, it's not like Tyrese Halliburton dropped 15 straight points off of threes alone. In the first, literally in the first quarter, he dropped 15 points by himself. But Dame went off as well. Y'all got to change some type of format. The NBA has to change some type of format. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. If the NBA players aren't going to take the All-Star game serious, then NBA players need to stop complaining when they get a snub. We need to stop having conversations who was the biggest snub. We need to stop having conversations about, oh, what would this 1v1 matchup look like between LeBron and Kevin Durant? Oh, what would this 1v matchup look like between Paul George and Anthony Edwards? We need to stop having those types of conversations. Clearly, there is an incentive, but it's not a big incentive to the NBA players. Oh, well, and for those of you that don't know, the incentive is in the last few years, the All-Star game, both teams are competing for charitable organizations. The team that wins that charitable organization the most money. The team that loses still wins that team the charitable organization money, just not to the degree of the winning team's earnings. And that's great. That's a great incentive. But it doesn't benefit the players personally. And I'm not, that's just how I'm just speculating. I'm not, that's just how I feel. But I don't think, because you got to think about it. Players are already playing on $40, $50 million contracts. Some players are already playing for legacy. LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Stephen Curry, Paul George. If you want to be frank, Giannis. So the incentive as opposed to the actual regular season for players is so much different than players who are selected to be in the All-Star game. And another thing, if you are an NBA player, if NBA players are going to talk about how much they're going to work to be towards as an All-Star, they need, and when they get selected, take it serious. Go ball out. And I'm going to keep it 100. I knew the All-Star game wasn't going to be serious when Doc Rivers was coaching the East. Doc Rivers wasn't even in. He wasn't even a Bucks head coach for 2 weeks, and he's already the coach for the East over Quinn Snyder. And now I know the Hawks are trash, but Quinn Snyder's still a great coach. JB Bickerstaff, Tom Thibodeau, Nick Nurse. Come on, dude. We got to do better. Or if not, just cancel it. Just cancel the entire All-Star game. Period. If the players aren't going to take it seriously, then why should I? Do you want to know why we as fans take the NBA playoffs serious? Because the players take it serious. The players are the one trash talking. The players are the ones being in scuffles. The players are the ones the players are the ones winning on the road in environments that it's difficult to win in. I take it serious because they take it serious. If they don't take the All-Star game serious, why should I? I'm just saying. Just saying. And quite honestly, for the slam dunk competition, uh, can we get some real dunker? Can y'all find some? Y'all in the NBA headquarters is in New York City. I'm sure y'all can find some hoopers in New York, Brooklyn. Shoot, y'all can find some hoopers in LA. Have a little tryout, slam dunk tryout or something. Oh, but no, we're just here to have a good time. And, it's great. Yeah, have a great time. Have a great time. Please do. But the one time where literally arguably the greatest basketball player ever is on the same team as the greatest shooter ever and arguably the greatest scorer ever against Giannis, against a Dame Lillard, uh, 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 against uh, a Trey Young, a Jalen Brunson, a Tyrese Halliburton who's on the rise. And in my personal opinion, Tyrese Halliburton, yeah, he's legit. And I'm not saying that because I'm just now realizing that. I'm just saying that so a lot of people out there who say that he's a wannabe fake all-star, he is legit. They may need a new few pieces around him to get a championship in Indiana. But if they win a championship in Indiana in the coming years, it's because of their cornerstone in Tyrese Halliburton. But the one time you have those types of players on one team against these rising stars, bro. NBA, that's a capital moment. But I'm saying that like the NBA has to force them to do no. The NBA doesn't have to force anybody to do anything. But the players, I do believe that you owe it to your fans. The fans that aren't able to attend your game, your regular season games, because another big star team, another star Latin team or a big star athlete is coming to your arena. This is the one time of the year where the greatest players to ever play this game and superstars in the making are on the same court at the same time. And you're not going to take it serious? This is why I say that the NBA All-Star game is the worst game of the year. It's the worst time of the year. And like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say that that's the case for All-Star weekend, perhaps. Could the slam dunk contest been better? Sure. I actually enjoyed Steph versus Sabrina. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I had Steph winning. I actually had Sabrina winning. And even though Steph won, Sabrina is a force to be reckoned with. She shot from literally NBA three-point line. And I know on TV people make it seem like it's easy, but listen, it's not easy. And in some cases, the three-point contest and the dunk contest have been better than the actual game. Put on a show, bruh, and not in a nonchalant way. Put on a playoff atmosphere type of show. That's just me. But that's all I have for you all tonight. I hope y'all have a great night. Y'all stay blessed. God bless you. Love.